What's up guys, Kier Gomes here, and welcome to my hotel room in Austin, Texas. I'm actually here for a work event right now. I was invited to catch an early screening of Ben Affleck and Robert Rodriguez's new film called Hypnotic, hitting theaters on May 14th.
Are you familiar with the concept of hypnotics?
Hypnotics.
Hypnotics have the ability to influence the brain, sound, voice,
Need a light?
locking eyes. Hypnotics use them to make you see a version of the world that doesn't exist.
It's been a really cool weekend. We got to tour the studio, we got to watch the movie, we got to meet with the director and his kids who also worked on the film, as well as getting wined and dined, and just overall having an excellent time. And anytime I travel anywhere, I always tend to take at least 1 or 2 decks of cards with me, just in case I feel like shuffling or performing magic for somebody. And that is the point of today's episode. We are going to be taking a look at the new first playing cards. I guess these would be considered like the V6s, I don't know. But these are the latest and possibly the greatest installment in the first Dot Shop playing card series yet. Look at that. Ooh, I am excited. Now, I know it's been a while since I've made a full deck review on this channel, so today we are going to keep it fairly brief. It's also very late and I want to get to bed. But I figured since we're here, I might as well give you guys a brief overview of these 2 decks of cards and let you figure out if you want to get them for yourself. And if that sounds interesting to you, then please do, of course, drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, okay? That one's important. Look at these beauties. Ooh, I am so excited. Also, I apologize if the lighting is absolutely terrible. I'm kind of working with what I have here. I brought some equipment, just a very small rig, nothing sexy. So this new deck comes in 2 different color variations. You get the bright red version, which I believe is my personal favorite, and you get the black version, which is a little bit more crisp and a little more contrasty. Looks really good for cardistry. It has a very premium, luxurious matte finish for the tuck box with that classic first cigar strap that kind of goes around it in gold. Look at how good that looks. Ooh. Now this deck design clearly takes inspiration from the first Dot Shop space kind of aesthetic, which is a very popular aesthetic for that brand. But to me, I think that these cards kind of have more of like a European sports car vibe to them, and I really, really dig it. Way more than I thought I would. You get kind of just the full wraparound of the first logo for the box, and like I said, it's a very, very premium paper stock for this tuck case. Some classic stuff here like the Chris Ramsay logo on the tongue flap, and then the inside first pattern in gold foil. That is a staple of first playing cards, something that we're all used to seeing. Ooh. So you can see what I mean when I say the back design has kind of a sports car aesthetic to it. It is a one-way back design with the first logo. It's their space logo, and it looks very, very good in a one-way design. Now, the nice thing about this is, even though it's a one-way design, you can't really tell when you fan the cards out, and that I think is very important. It all looks pretty uniform and they're facing different directions. So you can't really tell that they're different unless you're doing like a packet cut where you can see that they're facing different directions, in which case I actually think that it makes certain flourishes look even better. The actual cards are printed on USPCC crushed stock, so they are very thin and they feel extremely soft right out of the box. I actually really love the way that these cards feel. Pretty standard Ace of Spades. It's just that first space logo. Looks very similar to the other first Ace of Spades designs. This one just has more of a space aesthetic than the traditional ones. I also took the Jokers out of the deck and did not bring them with me on this trip, so if I can find a picture, this is what they look like. You have almost standard court cards as well, which I really dig. I love a standard look, but some of the colors are swapped out. There's a deeper gold rather than yellow, kind of a grayish silver rather than blue. And of course, you can see the first pattern printed on the inside of their uniforms. The King of Hearts in particular also has a reveal built into it, which you can use for magic tricks, which brings me to the 2 gaff cards. This deck comes with a blank card and a duplicate 4 of spades, which is something that you've seen with, I believe, every first playing card deck since the first deck. Every first deck since the first. That you get what I mean. The actual faces are fairly standard other than the court cards, which have a little bit of a difference, but other than that, these are basically USPCC bicycle standard, and I believe that they look very good. I've never really been one for super customized faces. Those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you already know that. I like the cards that have the more classic looking faces, because then you can use them for Magic. Nobody gets confused, everybody's on the same page. Now the black ones have all the same bells and whistles, but a little bit more contrast. As you can see, these ones look very contrasty, that black with that white. It looks so good. And of course they have that first tag, the gold tag, kind of adding a broken border element to this, which make them even better for fans, lapel spreads, under pressure. Things like that are gonna look really good with this broken border design. So we're talking standard faces, but custom Jokers, a custom Ace of Spades, some added gaff cards that have built-in magic tricks, and an oh so luxurious and beautiful looking tuck box. Now these cards are a little bit more pricey than some of the previous first decks. These ones come in at $20 retail. Does that mean that you have to go and buy a brick of them? I don't know, that's not up to me. But what I am saying is that if you're the kind of person that likes to buy a deck and maybe buy a couple of extras just to keep one sealed, you know, one to rock, one to stock type of thing, these cards are gonna run you a little bit more. But I do think it's worth it, specifically if you're a fan of Chris Ramsay's decks. I think that this one is really special. In fact, this may be my favorite one. It is more expensive, but you really don't need to buy a full brick. You just need to buy 1 or 2 of them. So if you have the money and you're interested in these cards, I definitely would recommend it. The card stock feels really good. The design is very nice. These are kind of classic, yet they do have that kind of European aesthetic to them. The design of the deck itself looks really cool, and I'm very happy with it. There's probably B-roll playing so that you can get a better look at the deck, but if you guys are interested in picking these up, I've left the link down in the description. Please go over there, pick them up, tell them Kier sent you, you know? Go ahead and do that. Anyway, it's late. I want to get some sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this very quick and very streamlined look at the new first V6. I'm gonna call them like the V6s, I guess. I don't even know. And guys, if you do want to know what else I'm up to outside of making these magic videos, please do come check out some of my shows on the Joe Blow Movie Network. I've been putting in a lot of work over there. They're actually the ones who sent me on this trip, and I'm having a lot of fun making videos that are about things that I enjoy outside of magic. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I've also left some links down below. I think that's pretty much it. Peace.